things first, Mary, you are forgettable. You have no presence, you have no charisma, you have no personality. You are a vile bitch. You are demonic. And I'll give you all my reasons for these things. You are demonic. And I know people have been calling you all kinds of racist. And I mean, I'm not going to use the arrow word on you because I think it's a very heavy word. And I have to have overwhelming evidence to use it. However, what I would say, Mary, is that you are a capital letter Karen.
Hello. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Vance and Beyond. My name is Ify, and this is my wonderful friend Adese. Oh, okay. So we are doing kisses now. Okay. ah,
If you want to show
okay.
me, allow me to see people in peace.
Well, I guess our 24 subscribers can, take that and take it home. Anyway, this on today's episode, we're going to be analyzing, dissecting.
Analyzing is a strong word. Touching
Yeah,
on
well,
quickly.
dissecting
Wow,
Selling
dissector.
Sunset season 9. It just came out. I think it came out a few days ago, and it's the all the way right now for reality TV. Honestly, I feel like this episode, as they said, would be the lead because she's watched it from season 1. I think for some reason I stumbled on the show at, like, I don't know what season, but it was definitely like maybe like 4 or 3 seasons ago. And I couldn't get myself to watch previous seasons, but I do enjoy the show. Like, it's like the plays is great. But
Okay.
I think Alice has very strong opinions
I
about the
do. I
ladies.
do. I do.
And you will know this if you're on TikTok, because she's blown on TikTok from posting.
Wow, wow. That's a lie. That's a lie. I just literally 40 likes.
Yeah, well, like that's a lot of likes.
No,
So for
really, not at all. But
posting
okay,
about
I'll
the
take it.
show, posting about the show. So why not, like,
One
why
post,
not give
okay.
her the opportunity to really,
Oh,
express those
please.
very strong opinions on
No,
Bands and Beyond? Wait,
nothing that strong.
honestly,
Nothing
are
that
we
strong.
giving her the opportunity, or is she, gracing our channel as a new TikTok celebrity? I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
So we
I'll
are
take it.
honored
I'll
to
take
have
it. I'll
you.
take it.
We're honored to have you, Bibbles, on our show today. I mean, this should be an interview, honestly, because
You are
um,
ridiculous. You are very ridiculous right now. You would never call me Beebles. We literally did a 15 minutes or a 20 minutes thing where I begged you on camera to call me Beebles. But you never call me Beebles, but in this moment, of course, you call me Beebles.
no, because I feel like, but I don't know. The opinions were very strong, not light-hearted. Like Bibbles sounds like very light-hearted
Oh,
opinions.
please. Beeble has strong opinions too. Phew. You
Ah,
can
okay.
put
So
Beebles in the
yeah, so
box.
Bibbles, so Bibbles, yeah. So I don't know if we should take it cast
This is
member
so
by cast
ridiculous.
member, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of drama. But
Yeah,
you know what?
happening.
I feel like, why don't we go in strong and let Adese start off with Chelsea? Like, what happened with,
Starting with
honestly,
Chelsea is.
it's you know what, to be honest, I feel like there's a lot of drama, so we can just pick it drama by drama and not honestly
Drama by
cast
drama.
member.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so
major dramas. There's the Nicole and Chriselle drama. There
Nicole
is
and
the
Chriselle,
Emma
Chelsea
and
and
Nicole
Brie.
drama.
Okay,
There's the
then
Chelsea and Brie. There's the Mary
Chelsea
and
and Brie,
Brie.
Mary and Brie, and then
The new cast
Chriselle,
member.
And Emma with the
Oh
boyfriend
yeah, there's
drama.
also that. Oh my goodness. Everybody's feuding.
Yeah, there's the new cast member Sandra and Chriselle. There was a little bit of a tiff between Sandra also and Chelsea, when Chelsea was like, mind your business.
It was not
And
even a tiff. That is not a tiff. That woman was being very rude. She was being
okay,
extremely rude. You don't know
I
me from
guess we can
anywhere.
start from there.
You don't know me. That Sandra, I'm just gonna move on because that one there's not even. I
Oh,
feel like it's a waste of my time addressing that lady's fuckery, ma'am. You don't know the lady from. I know it's the producers that were like push, push, push. Well, you push with your sense. You don't know that lady from anywhere, and you're like, yeah, it's not a bit rude that you don't want to attend her this thing. Like, are you mad? Are you okay? as in, what the fuck are you saying? And you can't tell me it's because, oh, you don't know the problems between them, because there is an interview where you said, I watched all the season, like I watched it to debrief myself on these women. So you know the big problems between Chelsea and Brie. And Chelsea was like, oh, actually Chelsea was being very graceful about it, which is Chelsea. Chelsea. Oh my goodness. Chelsea. Anyways, it's funny, Ify. I have been in people's comment sessions defending Chelsea. And this is so crazy. And it's so cringe because it's the things that people do. I'm like, the things that people would do, and I'll be like, what is wrong with you? It's not that serious. Like, you don't even know this person. But I think it's so indicative of the society that we live in. That is my excuse for being, a TikTok brat. Anyways, back to that stupid situation. You do not know that woman from anywhere. So when you push, you're like, oh, you should attend. Then she said, oh, don't you think it's rude? That what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you joking? Brie has done nothing. She has done nothing but be disrespectful, be spiteful, be a bitch to Chelsea. And Chelsea's like, no, I don't think I should attend because I think it will bring, like, I don't think I'll bring good energy. How much more grace do you want a person to show? She's like, yeah, we're not friends. I don't think I'll bring good energy, and I prefer that she has a good party, and I excuse myself. That's it. She did not need to say more than that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why did you keep pushing? But again, it's LA and it's LA women, so whatever.
Okay. That's nice. I think that was just one of the scenes where Chelsea was her Chelsea self, very assertive. Like,
I,
that I
okay,
think that's one
you
thing we
know
know
what?
about Chelsea.
You know what? Because I don't think I want to start with Chelsea because there are so many things
Oh no, we
around
are not
Chelsea.
starting with Chelsea. You are mixing it up.
Let's
I'm
start with
directing
Michelle.
this episode, excuse me, because I
Oh
don't take
wow,
strong
wow.
opinions, so I'm
Okay,
going to do the directing. So we are
okay,
actually taking drama by drama, and we're starting with the smaller ones, and we've
okay,
done
okay.
Chelsea.
Fair,
We are
fair,
actually
fair.
starting with Sandra here, Sandra's drama. So you've
Oh,
done
Sandra's
Sandra
drama.
and
Okay, that's
Chelsea.
fair. That's fair.
So
That's fair.
we
Okay.
are moving on now to Sandra and Chriselle. So
Oh wow, you're really going to direct this. Okay. Beeps does not care much about the show, that which is why I'm doing all the talking, because like on a normal day, I prefer not to do any of the talking, but like Beeps doesn't care about those women, and I do. So here we are. Okay, so
if you would do us the honors of commenting, I'm pretty sure that you would comment that that's not the truth. But please go on.
Brie and Chriselle. Again, this feels like a scheme that Todd set up. Todd being the producers. Because Sandra was like, oh, Chriselle, I don't think we have had she has been as nice to me as the other ladies, in so many words that she tried to put it. And she confronted Chriselle about that, and Chriselle was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm busy. Every time anybody tells Chriselle that, it was the same thing Jason's ex, one of Jason's girlfriends, I think it's
Yeah,
Mary Lou or something. And she was
yeah,
like,
that
oh, I
young
just
girl.
don't think you take out your time to talk to me. Da 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 da. Chriselle is always like, I'm busy. Like, are you not busy? I'm busy. That's always Chriselle's thing. I'm busy. Anyways, Chriselle tells her, hey, I'm busy. And again, she kept pushing because, 15 minutes of fame. I can imagine how difficult it is to get on the show. So I wouldn't give Sandra so much, because imagine what it takes to get on that show. That is a global show. So imagine what it takes. Because if you think about that show versus, like, the Real Housewives franchise, the Real Housewives franchise, like, there are so many of them, right? And there are so many of them that are like on their last leg. They need like new characters and new personas to lift them up. So I feel like that might be a bit easier to get onto, but whatever. But like Selling Sunset it is a global show and a lot of people watch it. So I can imagine how difficult it is to get on the show. So, and I'm saying this in Sandra's defense. So I'm sure the producers are like, okay, we're going to give you the slot. I wonder if they even have to pay for it, but whatever. Our producers are like, I'm going to give you the slots, but you have to see the specific things, and these are the people that you have to, go bite, because we need drama from these specific people. Because these are what's that thing? These are cast members that are like, what's that thing when you have been on something for so long? These are
OGs.
these are the OG's cast members. They are celebrities in their own right at this point. Chriselle is a big celebrity. What's her name? Chelsea is, Emma is. So, they are not really incentivized to create their own drama. Because again, these are people that have brand deals to protect. They have a lot to protect. When they newly get on the show, they can be doing all this da because they don't have much to lose, and they are trying to get visibility, get people, get brands. But now they're at the point where again they are businesses. These women are working businesses. These women are companies. They're employers. So they don't have any incentive to drive drama. So that's why there's always almost a new cast member to bring on the heat. You know what I mean? To bring on the drama, to bring on the heat. So I would not, fault Sandra too much on pushing Chriselle, but like stay the fuck away from Chelsea. Anyways. But yeah, she pushes Chriselle to say, "Hey, we're not friends." Da 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 da. And Chriselle is like, "You want to go there?" I think she literally said that. You want to go there? Okay, let me just hold on right there. Let me go get my phone. And Chriselle goes to get her phone. Then on her phone, she shows us some form of
Someone
ID. She's
driver's
like,
license.
show me driver's license. And say, hey, do you know this person? And Sandra's like, no. I'm like, Sandra, are you sure? Because you kind of looks like you knew the, but whatever. She's like, well, this is I don't know who Chriselle said the lady was to her. And I think
Assistant.
her former assistant or something like that. And she said, yeah, that you guys used to live in the same building and you keyed her car. And Sandra said, no, I didn't, I didn't key her car. Da, 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 da. And, the whole thing goes and Chriselle is just like, hey, 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 calm down. Um, I try to take people at face value. So if you just like, because she went to Miss Christian, she was like, hey, like you're somebody I don't want to offend, you're somebody I admire, blah 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 blah. Ma'am, you're there to steal whoever spotlight you can steal. And if it's because Chriselle seems to be the biggest star of the show right now, and if it's Chriselle's spotlight, even better, whatever. So and Chriselle is just like, okay, you know what? Like, you don't have to do this much. Just like calm down, do your job, and let your hustle speak for you, essentially. And she was like, okay, okay, I'll take your advice. Then she cries a few performative tears, blah 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 blah. Then we see her in a conversation later with I think Mary and Amanza and one other person,
Yeah.
and she's telling those ones that, well, this is what Priscilla did during when we went to see the $23 million house. And then she says something that they did not add to that scene, which was she said she had asked Chriselle, do you have any of that thing else on me? And Chriselle was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I just
Save
keep
that.
that.
I'll save
I'll
that.
save that. I'll save that. I'm like, Chriselle, what the fuck is wrong, bitch? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's so funny too how they have evolved. It's so funny because like Chriselle was like the underdog in season one, like coming and Christiana. I keep wanting to call her Christina. Anyways, Christina was, she was Christina's like whipping dog. Christina was just like whipping her left, right, and center. And yeah, and it's funny to see, the same Prashal being the person saying, I have something on you and I'll save it or whatever it is. Which is funny. And it's part of like a bigger conversation that has been happening on social media. People saying that the evolution of Chriselle from being the victim and riding this victim wave into becoming a main girl is is interesting, for the lack of a better word. Um, the women are there for a show. If she's gonna, she's she's that. Let's move on, please. I don't have the energy.
Okay, I just want to say that Sandra's assessment of Chriselle and her facial expressions. Honestly, I agree.
He was apt. He was apt. He was apt. She was right. She was like, when she doesn't like you, she makes a face. And I walk at the thing. I was like, wait, what face? I don't know what the face. Then they show us. She's so right.
Okay, moving on. So we pick another drama. I think this was honestly one of the bigger dramas in the early
Oh God.
episodes, and that was Nicole and Chriselle slash You know what? Amanda and Emma, who were like the side, fighters. I don't think Chelsea participated at all in that one. So
Mhm.
it was just mainly Nicole and Chriselle. So they were invited for Amanda's girls giving, and
Mhm.
everyone showed up, I think. And they each wrote what they were thankful for on cards, and the cards they
Chelsea
picked.
wasn't there. Chelsea could not
Okay,
make it.
Chelsea. Yeah, I knew there was something different. So they picked out different cards, and everyone was reading the cards written by another person. And Chriselle happened to pick Nicole's card. I'm
Which of
only
course was
narrating this
intentional.
and not letting Addison narrate because I feel like she will really spaz out. So I want to just do the narration before she starts the
Wow.
analysis. So Nicole goes on to say, Chriselle happens to pick Nicole's card, and Nicole says, "Oh, the card says she's thankful for her eyesight," and it takes a hot minute for Nicole to fess up that she's the owner of the card because it's going to be awkward. She and Chriselle have issues. She then fesses up and says, "Oh, she's the owner of the card," and then she tries to explain why she's thankful for her eyesight. She goes on to say, "Oh, she had an eye injury a couple of weeks ago, but now she's fine." Chriselle does this annoying thing where she's like, "What are you talking about?" and makes Nicole repeat herself again. And then Nicole repeats herself that, yeah, she's there for herself because she had an injury. She's not blind now. Okay. And then after that, um, Chriselle cuts Nicole off and goes, "Yeah, Nicole is good for her eyesight. Like, let's end it." And I
Let's
think
move
that's
on.
where Nicole doesn't. Oh, it wasn't even Nicole. Someone else picks a fight with Chriselle on that. And in that whole back and forth, Amanda then tries to interrupt um, Nicole and say, "Nicole, you've been saying really harsh things." I forgot what Amanda was trying to say, but I know she was blaming Nicole, and then when Nicole tries to like be like, "Oh, but I'm not the only one," Amanda then goes, "Yes, because Chriselle has also said you guys were really on her ass that she does drugs." And that's actually what brings up the drugs conversation again. And then obviously Chriselle latches onto that statement, starts up with the drug talk, and then Nicole goes, "I think you must be confusing me with your dead parents." Mouth agape. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, oh
Everybody
my
was
god."
shocked. Everybody was shocked.
Even
I was like,
Chriselle.
even Chris, everybody was shocked. Oof. Okay.
So
Mm.
Amanda basically spends that scene like berating Nicole, like what you're saying is bad. Okay, yeah, I think I remember what Amanda was trying to say in the earlier times, that Nicole says the wrong things at the wrong time. Like the things she says, like her delivery is poor, and that was then what led Amanda to mention the drugs.
Okay,
Anyway,
before we even go there, let me even just say something. First things
mhm.
first. Chriselle was wrong in that instance. Like, not in the instance before they got to the dirty part of the quarrel. Ma'am, you could have just read the card and moved on. But like, okay, yeah, this card belongs to my enemy. It doesn't really matter. She, Nicole, because Nicole already, you can see that the lady's tensed. I mean, I don't have any, I have no defense for Nicole. You can see that the lady's already tense. So she's like, yeah, I went through this whole thing recently, and I lost my eyesight for 24 hours. I had this whole thing, but like, it made me really appreciate my eyesight, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't see anything that is contradictory about that. Like, you are not in her eyes. So I was waiting for Priscilla to be like, oh, it's a lie. You're just saying that to be dramatic. But she was being very
Yeah,
disrespectful towards Nicole. And I understand, like, of course, her defense was, yes, you were like, you lied on my friend and, spread lies about my friend and said she was following married men. And that was a lie. So, yeah, that's why I'm giving you attitude because I'm defending my friend. And I get it. I get it. I understand that. Like, you're defending your friend. But again, at what point is it like, at what point do you become the main person during a defense? I think that's a good way to ask the question, because
yeah,
Chriselle starts off as the main person, being mean, saying being mean to Nicole is even sounds weird coming out from my mouth. But she started that whole drama. Nicole says the line that ended all lines. After Nicole dropped the bomb, there were no more lines. Every other line went beep. You know when the phone drops the sound? Beep. The old telephone sound. Beep. Nothing else was said. It was it it was kind of crazy for me to watch their reactions. Why I say that is because for me, I feel like for me, like an ordinary average person, bringing somebody's dead parents to as a weapon to fight, you know, an a rival is disgusting. Like that's I don't think anybody on earth would ever say, "Oh yeah, she was good for doing that." That is disgusting, especially considering the way that he died. The what led to their death, right? Um, However, for this set of women, because genuinely the way I see them is I genuinely believe that these women will, at least a good number of them, will give up their firstborns for money and fame. So the fact that they were so disgusted by that, I was like, oh wait, oh, I don't know, maybe you guys are not as bad as I thought you were or are. So I was like, because everybody's reaction to that, because Nicole is not liked at all. I don't think Nicole has like a fan. I don't know if Nicole has a fan base, but she does. I'll be shocked. Nicole is not liked at all on that show. So I think that is why, and Chriselle is the protagonist. Chriselle is liked. So I think that is why, a lot of things, when one person does something against the other person, it seems to be the way the reaction goes, the weight of it seems to be a bit off. Because if you think about it, and this is not to defend Nicole, oh my goodness, why am I defending crazy blunt people today? Huh? Anyways, if you think about it, this is not to defend Nicole. However, in Nicole's defense, not just in saying that she is, on substance, whether she is, whether she isn't, has real life consequences, on her. You are trying to take her food from her mouth. No brand wants to align with a person that is on drugs. Not even the cocaine mafias want to align with a person like what do you think Pablo Escobar is gonna be like? Hello, Nicole. Yes, please. Can you help us do an advertisement? Like what's like? You're trying to actively take food out of her mouth, considering that the whole career is literally based on public image. So then also you're on this global show, so there are even more consequences. So I think that, dragging out that whole drugs thing for as long as it has been dragged out has honestly been disgusting. I am not saying that what if she's on drugs or she's not. Hey, I am not up Nicole's nose. I do not know what that woman is sniffing or not sniffing. I do not know. Also, yes, I do not know. But I'm just saying there's a lot of like devastating consequences for Nicole. Like constantly, like that, for that to be constantly brought up every time. It's like been 2 3 years, and that issue has still been like it has been on for honestly too long. And I don't know if it's, I guess there is a certain amount of control that they can put on these things, because I can imagine her PR team going, okay, tell the producers nobody can bring that up. But I can also imagine the producer saying, well, if that is not on the table, then you are not on the table. So, and the most important thing for them is for them to be on the table. So I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, they have that whole fight. Again, that line of "you're mistaking me for your parents," that line was the line that ended everything. Even the women that I thought were, the right hand of Satan, they were shocked. The devil was gobsmacked. The devil's jaw was on the floor. The devil was like, "Oh my." The devil respected Nicole in that moment. I can just tell. I can just tell that the devil was like, "You used to be my apprentice, but you can come take my crown, babes." But yeah, it was the line that ended all lines, like I said. But yeah, they had that fight, and that fight then leads to Nicole getting booted off the show because getting booted off the show and kind of maybe the brokerage. But Nicole has been on her page saying that it was just for storyline. She's not actually out of the brokerage. she is in fact still a part of the brokerage. So there's also that.
Moving on. So we have you've already touched on Nicole and Emma's drama, so I don't think you want to expatiate on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Nicole and Emma had this quick conversation where Nicole was explaining her side of things, saying, and there is a clip of Jason's cousin Jen giving Nicole that information that Emma is messing with a married man, and we can see Nicole's fault. Nicole's fault carrying that conversation along. And again, Nicole has been on her page saying, saying that I did not want to bring that to camera because there was a reason why producers have the clip of Jen and Nicole having that conversation. It's because they wanted Nicole to bring that conversation to camera. And Nicole was like, I did not want to bring that conversation to camera. The producers insinuated or said plainly that it's either you bring this on camera or you're gone. So like I had to bring it to camera. And again, it's also the part of, if I know they made you do it, or you've said that they made you do it, but you also had a choice to say, okay, you know what, respectfully, I'll buy out of the show if that's what it takes. People have left the show before, and now you have still left the show. So I don't know, if it came to the point of ultimatums, I think you should have just respectfully left instead of bringing that on if you were not sure, because that is very damaging for especially for the early cycle, because their husbands are a prized possession. Okay? Their husbands are becking buying husbands. These are not regular 9 to 5ers. So a husband snatcher is a husband snatcher is here, the devil is here. Like, they do not play with it. They do not play with that shit. So yeah, and I think that was why Emma defended it with like so much. Emma defended it. Everybody defended it for Emma. It was like, oh my god, this is a horrible thing that you're saying about this person. Yeah, they did have that meeting, and Nicole was trying to explain her side of things, saying, okay, yes, I am sorry for saying this. However, I did not conjure it up. I did not create it from thin air, which she did not create it from thin air, but it is her fault for bringing it, for having the conversation, because I think they wanted to make any other person have the, maybe the other people that are on the outs with Emma have the conversation, and I guess they were just unwilling to, come into. Okay, why did they not even bring Christine or Christina in to have a conversation with somebody, like, so that Christina is the person that brings into camera?
Well, she has left
And
the show, so would they bring
no,
her
she has
for
liked
what?
the show, but like she can come on for a scene where she's gossiping about Emma, and it to be fair, it will be. I mean, it will be horrible, but for the context of the show, to be fair, because they are mortal enemies, and Emma was part of the reasons Christina left the show. But anyways, but yeah, that's it. At the end of the
Okay.
day, Nicole apologizes. Emma doesn't really take the apology. Nicole has this haphazard apology that wasn't very heartfelt. She was still sort of like trying to stand her ground. But yeah, it didn't bode well. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So another important drama was I think Mary and so it's I think we have Mary and Chelsea, but I don't think you want to talk about that yet. I'm trying
Hmm.
to remember if there's any other drama besides those. There's
Those
let's
two.
start with the lesser one. Um Chriselle and Emma and the boyfriend.
Oh yeah. Nothing much on that one. I just felt like the way Chriselle went on about it was a bit disgusting. You are my friend. You are my best friend. Like, and they seem to be genuinely friends, like outside the show. So you are my best friend. If I call you my best friend, it's my sisters and it's you. Um, and honestly, it depends on the day and which sister. It might even be you, then my sister. Then again, depends. Like I said, depends on the day and which sister. So your family. We go together real bad. So for a person that is, because I do genuinely think that their love or their friendship is not just the regular LA friendship and da 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 da. I do genuinely think that it's genuine. So to me, the way Chriselle went about it. why do I keep saying to me? The way Prisha went about it was disgusting, period. You are my friend. I have a guy that is, you know, not a great guy. Like, I don't think anybody saw Blake and was like, yeah, this is an upright citizen. This is an upstanding citizen. This is the best thing that can happen to Emma. I don't think anybody said that. It was just like, Blake, what if you never had fruit? What is your beef with vegetable? What is wrong with you generally? You could see that, of course, he was a bit childish and, on all the things. But the way that Chriselle, I think it was the manner in which she went about it. That was weird to me. It was a bit off. I'm like, Chriselle, is there something more to this? Like, I hate to say it, but it was kind of giving jealousy. I hate to say it. Oh my god, I know I hate to say it. But it was like, I was like, this has to be more. This has to be more. Because at every chance she got, she insulted him. At the very least, I'm not going to say whether they are dating or not dating, but at the very least, this is somebody that your friend has some sort of feelings for. She's in a situationship. If you know friends, if you know women and their relationships, you know that you cannot really save your friend from a bad relationship. You cannot save your friend from a bad relationship. And definitely the wrongest way to do it is go after it the way she went after it. And I would think like, Chriselle would know that because of just, I don't know, I felt like she was a bit mature. But in that instance, she was extremely disrespectful towards them. I don't care even if it's a situationship, it's not a real relationship. I thought it was disgusting the way she went about it. Why are you insulting him at every point? We didn't really see the guy insult you. I mean, I don't know what happened off camera, but we didn't see the guy insult you. We didn't see the guy disrespect you. Yes, I understand that you are reacting off the things that Emma told you about him. Because your feelings are also not from thin air, but I feel like it was a bit like a lot of things were over the top. I felt like Chelsea's reaction towards it was perfect. Chelsea's like, okay, well, like, well, how do we feel about this man? All right, okay, whatever. But I don't know. I don't
Mm.
know. The way Chriselle was behaving is the way I expect Madison's friends to be behaving as she's with Joe. Like, if it were Joe and Madison, the Chriselle's behavior of why are you with this person, he hates you, it would make sense. But like, I understand all the things that she was bringing up. Like, it made absolute sense. Honestly, Emma was bringing them up as well. Like, oh, he doesn't want him to work. Da, 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 da. And Michelle was like this. Chriselle was like, this is a controlling psychotic man's playbook. You do not want to be in this relationship, but I don't think that is the way she should have gone about it. I think I've said that in so many words. I don't think that's the way she should have gone about it. Your friend, so because at some point, do you like, because if you were in a bad relationship and I was trying to save you from it, it would probably be me in the bad relationship. I know because you're the sensible one, but whatever. And I'm trying to save you from it. I don't think my way is, it's almost like she was willing to let go of their friendship because of the relationship. Like, what the hell? I would
Mm.
always be by the side. And of course, my feelings, because the one thing I don't want to put my friend in is a situation where she cannot come to me to complain about him, because that's way more dangerous. Because I know that this man is trying to isolate her, and my behavior is also going to isolate her because I'm her best friend. So who's she going to complain about him to? Because you have been in relationships where oh, my friend doesn't like him, but I'm still going to tell my friend bad thing that he did, and I'm going to hear my friend say, I don't like that guy. He shouldn't be doing that. Da 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 da. And of course, I'm going to go back to the guy. Then 6 months later, we break up, we cry, and everybody moves on. But I feel like she didn't give Emma that space of, okay, it's fine. You're my friend. I hate him, but I love you. I don't love the situation, but whatever. I, she, it was just too much venom. And I was like, Chriselle. Also, the one thing Emma kept mentioning about our relationship was that there was a private jet involved. Baby, are you gonna come scoop me up? Are you gonna come scoop me up? So we know what Emma is looking for, right? Yeah. Ha! We like, there's no way, if that man did not have all the money that he had, Emma would not spit. Emma would not spit in his throat if he was dying of thirst. If he did not have the money that he had. Are you joking? Of course she wouldn't. But the money is what is in front of it. So let's be fucking honest. So maybe the conversation she should have been having with Emma is, okay, Emma, I understand that this guy is rich. And I understand that he's doing all these nice things for you, but I don't think money is everything. So why is it like, oh my God, the guy is so bad. The guy is so bad. Yes, the guy is bad. However, your friend knows what she's doing there. So like, what the fuck are we talking about? Anyways, yeah, that's that of that.
Okay. Next drama was
My goodness, I'm so tired.
I think Chelsea and Bre. Then we go to the ultimate one, which is Chelsea and Mary.
Okay, so first things first, I want to start off with, because I don't think that what I notice when I like see the conversations people are having around these characters, because at some point, there's a character element to it. Yes, we know it's real life, but at the same time, when people are having conversations about all these persons, and maybe I feel a certain way, and I'm seeing all the conversations people are having about a certain person, and it's different. What I'm left with is, wait, why do they see this person in this light and I don't? Right? Like, I understand that the internet is filled with people that are younger, and people that were born on the internet. So that is not to say that is not to take fuck it, that is to take something away from them. And the thing to take away from them is, I feel like a lot of people have not had enough interactions with actual people. They haven't met real life bad bitches. Because when you see Bre's comments and people saying, yeah, Bre is such my spirit animal. She's so bold and confident. No, the fuck she's not. No, the fuck she's not. Like, no. Every season. Every season. From the time Bre got on, she has been trying to convince us that she's a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. I don't like. I'm I'm a cold-hearted bitch. I'm a cold-hearted bitch. Brie, what's your name? A cold-hearted, cold-stone bitch. Brie, have you eaten today? I'm a cold-hearted bitch. Brie, what do you do for a living? Cold-hearted bitchedness. I don't care. I do not care. Like, I don't care at all. I don't care about anything. I don't care. What's your opinion on the lizard that is at the wall? I don't care about the lizard because I'm a cold-hearted bitch. My room is all black because I'm so cold-hearted. My heart is all black, and
Hmm.
Brie, I'm tired. On behalf of sane people, I genuinely am tired. If we are this is the ninth season. I can't even remember like how many years you've been on the show. I think it should be at least 3, 4. How many years now you've been on the show? If I want to be convinced by now that you're a bad bitch, like those that are convinced that you're a bad bitch are convinced. The rest of us that you cannot convince because we have eyes and we have sense, and because our cognitions are connected and we can think and see through your BS, can see that you're not, baby. No, you're not. I know you're not as confident as you claim to be. I know you are not a bad bitch. Like, it's your goal in life. I get it. But I know you're not. The one of the most salient things, a bad, like, you can tell if a person is a bad bitch or not, is how they pick who they have kids with. That's like that. Like, if there was a rubric to calculate who, like, how do you determine a bad bitch? How do you determine that would be? It's like, okay, is the person interested in kids? If it's no, then we can't use that rubric. But if it's yes, it's like, okay, how do they decide who their partners are? I could do a full episode on Brie. and the character she tries to put on. But if you are a young lady that is below 25, because if you are above 25 and Bre is your role model, I genuinely feel pity for you. You are a dumb bitch. You are a dumb bitch. However, if you're below 25, I still think there's redeeming for you. And what I want to say to you is, it's not you saying it. It's not the clothes you wear. It's not your makeup. I mean, you can act a bad bitch and then become a bad bitch. That's a whole nother conversation. But it's the fruits. When I say the fruits, not in the Bible sense, but in your actions, your actual actions, the actions in your real life. You're telling me that you're with Nick Cannon. Like, it doesn't rhyme. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I would rather believe Alana. What's the name of the tall, pretty girl? I think she's blonde. Or she's brunette. I
Yeah.
can't remember. I think Alana. If
Alana,
Alana came
yeah.
and told me she was a bad bitch, I would like, oh, yeah, you know what? You might be a bad bitch. I don't know, but you might. I don't even know who Alana is married to. I don't know if the person is purple, black, white, or brown. I have no idea who that woman is married to, or dating, or with, or I don't who she has a child with. I have no idea. But we know this man. His name is Mr. Nick Cannon. His name is Mr. Nick Cannon. Now, let's because I think there is no way to talk about Chelsea and Bree's problems without talking about the crux of the problem. What if you're not familiar with Selling Sunset, the crux of their issue is Brie was coming onto Selling Sunset. And I guess when you're coming, you need to bring something. She was coming onto the show and she was supposed to bring Nick Cannon. That did not work out. Nick probably was like, no the fuck, I'm not doing the shit. Like, no, I'm not doing the shit. And so she did not have a storyline. But like I have said before, a lot of them don't really have storylines. Like, they just use their trauma as storylines. Chriselle had divorce. Then, da, 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 da. It's only Chelsea, honestly, that has not used her divorce as storyline. But let's move on from that. She was supposed to bring Nick. She couldn't bring Nick. So she was going to latch onto something. The problem that Chelsea and Brie have is Chelsea confronted Brie and said, well, I don't even know if she confronted her. I think she was just saying with the other girls that, oh, like, I know this girl has a child by this person, and she's like one of the last baby mom. I do not agree with the way this girl, like, I do not agree with the choice that she has made. And I know they are this is the number one reason people don't like Chelsea. Because people are like, what is your business with how she lives her life? What is the business with how she lives her life? When people share a society with you, because people keep saying this, and like, no, you can say, oh, I'm not going to have a problem with how a person lives their life. But saying that I have no business at all with how a person lives their life, and we share a society or we share, I don't know, an environment, is not, it is delusional. Why? Because if my neighbor decides to have a bazooka in his house, guess what? That is his personal decision. But does that put me and my loved ones in harm's way? It does. So you cannot say, oh, well, what's your business with the way she lives her life? No. I think as a woman, and I hate to say this, but I think as a woman, I'm not just a woman, but I think as a black woman specifically, it fucking concerns her that Bray is deciding to procreate with an extremely irresponsible black man to have to bring into this world a black child that is in a home that is, I don't even know what the situation is. It's her fucking business. And if she wants to address Brie about it, yes, address her. But even saying that, I think it was something like the producers were like, okay, Chelsea, you are the one that is going to bring this up. And Chelsea's like, fine, bet. I don't have a problem with it in the first place. And Chelsea, she articulated herself very well. She was like, the reason I have a problem with this is because you intentionally chose this person. Like, I grew up in a two-parent household, and she mentioned that her mother had to come to the US at some point for work. And so at some point she was either living with her mom or living with her dad. And that created that was not a great time for her. So, being in a household where there are two parents is important and it's good for a child. The fact that as a society, we cannot even agree that it is good for us to make sure that to do our best, because you cannot always determine how things go. So at least do our best that children are brought up in stable environments. And whether you like it or not, stable environment constitutes that, oh, the two parents are present are in some kind of amicable partnership to raise the child. The fact that we cannot even agree on that as a society, that women should not intentionally pick demonic partners to have kids with, because you can pick a demonic partner on any day. It's when you decide to bring a human being into the world with that person. That's where the problem is. That is where the problem is. And then when Chelsea had a divorce, people were like, well, you had a lot to say about Bre, and guess who's a single mother now? I'm like, bitch, it's not the same thing. Chelsea did not sit down at any point and was like, you know what? Okay, so how am I going to create an unstable environment for my kids? Okay, you know what? I'm going to make sure I marry this man that I love, and I think he loves me, and I'm going to make sure he cheats on me after 7, 8 years of marriage. I'm going to make sure I break that marriage up so that the home is unstable for the kids. Like, it's that's leaking from you people's brains. Like, what is wrong with it? It's not the same thing. And saying that, oh, well, it has resulted in the same thing, it's still not the same thing. How many kids does Nick Cannon have? And you people are gonna be like, hey, yeah, he's rich. He's rich. Okay, I've gone way of the race, but that is that is Bree's big issue with Chelsea, and that issue is so fucking valid. And I even hated that at some point Chelsea apologized for it. Chelsea was like, you know what, I'm sorry, it's a sensitive thing for you, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have questioned your situationship, I'm so sorry, let us move on. And Bree has refused to drop it, because that is the only thing that is making her it's not making her interesting, it's not still and honestly boring, because she seems to be in this tangle that Chelsea is not tangling with her in, and she's just like, bitch, you look dumb, but let's move on from that. So you see, when you even go through this whole season, you cannot even say any fights that Brie and Chelsea had, because Chelsea has avoided this bitch like a plague. She's like, oh yeah, I'm like, I'm not making you any more, and I'm not giving you any relevance. Because the only reason you're relevant on this show is because I asked you why you chose a demon to have a child with. By the way, the same person, Nick Cannon, has come out to say that the kids he had after his divorce were a trauma response to his divorce from Mariah Carey. If somebody called my kid a fucking trauma response, okay, well, I like. Wait, what was even your question? Because honestly, I cannot remember. But that is the situation with Brie and Chelsea. And Brie's going on, pumping Mary on. Yes, Chelsea has to leave the show. She has to leave the brokerage. Blah 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 blah. And yeah, again, the character that Brie has, she has really tried to hone in on. It's still nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, we believed I don't even know if it's Christine or Christina. I think it's Christine. We believed Christine more when she said she was a bad bitch. Like, it's still, you don't have a storyline. You're genuinely not that interesting as a person. I know you think you bring presence to the show, but you don't. I know, baby, you are a fucking airhead. Because yesterday you were on I don't know what they call that on the comment show, Wilding Out, whatever the fuck they call it. You were a wilding out girl. That was how you guys met. Then you decided to have a child for him. You had that child to assess Nick. That's it. To have access to Hollywood. That was why you cannot convince me. Because you were one of the last baby mamas to have a kid for him. Like, before you had a kid for him, he had what? Like, I'm confused. I know you keep saying that, yeah, nobody understands your situation. The man has never come out to claim you. The man has never come out to claim you. Men are claiming busy bitches every day. They're claiming them. Yes, that's my girl. Yes, that's my girl. He has never come out once to claim you, baby. And he seems to be I feel like the only reason he hangs around you and makes the videos and does all the things is because you are okay to go with the foolery. He understands that you are here for the fame. He's there for the fame. Everybody knows what the time is. I mean, imagine you're a man and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to question you if I'm not going to question your other relationships." But because people have asked her that a lot, so do you, Bre, have other relationship outside of Nick? She's like, "No, I don't." So you're basically in a polygamy, like, but you are a bad bitch in 2025. Just be like, yeah, I'm loyal to Nick because I need his PR team and I need the resources that man comes with. That's it. I haven't found a bigger fish yet to move on to. So yes, I'm going to hang my legs around Nick's neck. So, but yeah, let's move on. I hope that Chelsea doesn't give her any airtime during the reunion. Like, just let her fight herself. Don't even answer. Like, don't even respond because that woman is looking for a response. Don't even respond. Like, let her kick rocks. It doesn't even matter. Like, at this point, bring Kristen back. Bring Kristen back, please, at this point, because this fake bad bitch is still. Let's move on, Ify. What's your next thing?
So the last drama, and which was like I think the dramas to
Oh
end the
Lord,
season. I don't think there was any
Mary
other
and
drama that was
Chelsea.
that big. Mary and
No, Mary and Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Let's just go. Let's just go right the fucking. I don't even have the energy. So first things first, Mary, you are forgettable. You have no presence. You have no charisma. You have no personality. You are a vile bitch. You are demonic, and I'll give you all my reasons for these things. You are demonic. And I know people have been calling you all kinds of racist. And I mean, I'm not going to use the arrow word on you because I think it's a very heavy word. And I have to have overwhelming evidence to use it. However, what I would say, Mary, is that you are a capital letter Karen. Now, it's funny because my name is Karen, but let's move on from that. Now, the fight between Mary and Chelsea. First things first, because they ask all of them in their confessionals. I think that's what they call them when they are explaining in their
Yeah.
confessionals. They asked Mary about before the fight. They asked Mary about Chelsea, and she's like, "No, we're not friends. I've just decided, yeah, we're not friends." I was like, "Why do you have this much beef with Chelsea? Like, it's weird." Yeah, okay, but well, like, whatever. I know they had like a thing last season, but it was like it's so forgettable that I cannot even remember what it is, and I like it's so stupid. I don't even have the energy to go back to because I really wanted to go back to be like, wait, what is the issue? What was the issue between Mary? Because what was the issue between Mary and Chelsea? Like, did they have any issue? I know, like they quarreled. Then her husband jumped in, and I was like, Romaine, like I know you're young, sir, but like one like etiquette 101, like why are you jumping in to, to join your wife to fight another woman? What is wrong with you? Like, are your screws loose? But again, let me just like I'm just gonna move on from you because there's no point. Anyways, to Mary. So they asked Mary about it, and Mary is she's huffing and puffing about Chelsea. This is before she has any issues with Chelsea on this season. She's huffing and puffing about Chelsea. She cannot articulate anything that, like any residual beef. Because usually when they're like, oh yeah, I'm in the outs with that person, they usually like to remind the audience why they are on the outs with that person and they want to remain on the outs with that person. No problem. Then Mary gets robbed. Mary gets robbed. Okay, I have my theory about that robbery, but Mary gets robbed. Uh, Mary, I'm just gonna stop there. If you know my theory about that robbery, but moving on. Mary gets robbed, and it's this sad, this traumatic, da 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 da. Okay, I'm not saying that my thing that I have about the theory that I do have about Mary's robbery is not that she did not actually get robbed. No, that's not my thing. Again, I'm not gonna say what my thing is. I'm gonna move on from it. Mary gets robbed, and it's this like sad traumatic event because lol because She has, things that are valuable to her stolen, jewels, family heirlooms. Very, very sad. Like, very, very sad. Especially for the industry that she is in. She does need all those things to, um, she does need all those things for, for dressing up and for all the things. Like, she does actually need them. She, it's not nice to be robbed. I was robbed once, and it's not a good feeling at all. It's a horrible feeling, and I don't think people understand like how traumatic it can be. It's a very horrible feeling. Great. Mary gets robbed, and chelsea chelsea Chriselle and Emma, they're having a separate conversation, and they bring it up like, oh yeah, Mary got robbed, and Chelsea's like, oh my god, that is horrible. Oh, that's very horrible. I feel so bad for her. And in Chelsea's confessional, before she did deliver the flowers, they asked Chelsea about Mary, and Chelsea's like, "Yeah, we're not friends. We're not close at all. But it's horrible to have your things, stolen from you. And I just hope that she knows that I'm not her ops. I do genuinely wish her well. I don't wish nothing bad on that woman, even though we're not friends." That's all. That's all that lady says. So Chelsea sends Mary flowers. The flowers, the delivering of the flowers, make it on camera, and Mary blows the fuck up. Mary's like, "Are you joking? We are not friends. Why did you not text me?" And immediately, during as the flowers were getting delivered, Mary goes to meet production. Mary's like, "Production, why did you set this up? Cut off the cameras. This is disgusting. Don't use my trauma as a joke. I am not friends with this person. Why is she sending me flowers?" And production right there and there tell her, "We did not know she was bringing flowers. This was not something we arranged. We have no fucking idea about this." She's still angry. She's going on and on. I When she was angry, I understood. I was like, oh, okay, she's angry. She's thinking that Chelsea's playing in her face. But once production cleared it, I was like, oh no, it's not. Like, it's not us. Because what is production's incentive to lie to you? Because there will be more drama. All production wants is drama. There will be more drama if they say, yes, we did set this up. Anyways, now to the fight. Jason organizes dinner for Mary to be like, oh my god, it's sad that you got robbed. We love you, blah blah blah, and also to welcome Sandra, the new person, onto the show. And during that, Chelsea has this. She goes, she talks to Mary. And you from Chelsea's vibe this whole season, you can genuinely see that lady wants to get her check, get the fuck out. She is not herself. Normal Chelsea dripped from the head to toe with all kinds of designer. All kinds of freaking designer. Does not have time for that. Face beats to the gods. Does not have the time for that. So you can see that this woman is on a different vibe. She's not even in a lot of scenes, to be honest. Like, she is, because I can imagine like them calling her like, okay, once she's like, okay, no, I'm not doing that today. So she's not in a lot of the scenes. She's just like, just she's trying to recover, whatever it is. So the lady doesn't have the energy for that. So during the dinner, Chelsea has, this conversation with Mary, not privately, just, oh Mary, I'm so sorry this happened to you. This was disgusting. I'm so sorry. It's like it's hard. You worked hard for your things. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Now, Mary, being a demon, Mary goes, yeah, well, I basically, she tells her, I did not appreciate you sending me flowers on camera. And Chelsea's like, wait, what? No, I did not send you the flowers on camera. And Mary goes, well, if you were being genuine, you should have sent a private text to be like, hey, sorry this happened to you. You have my phone number. Why did you not do that? Chelsea's like, I don't call you. I don't text you on a normal day. I don't know if the flowers even got delivered to you. I did not check on them. I don't know if they got delivered to you. And I had no idea that you were filming. I don't know if they made it onto camera. A, I am not in Chelsea's mind. I am not in Chelsea's heart. I do not know whether she did it for the camera or not. But if the people that are that are looking at the screen, because an overwhelming amount of people have come out to say, okay, Mary, Chelsea was being genuine. Like, why are you being weird? If we that are on our screens can see through the screen that, oh, this lady, the vibe she's giving up seems to be genuine. Whether it's genuine or not, we don't know. We are not in our hearts. Talk more of a person that is sitting across from her. So Mary goes on this tirade of, you're not being genuine, we're not friends, da 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 da. And Chelsea's like, ma'am, we are not friends. I sent you flowers. I say, oh, I wish you well. I don't wish anything bad happens to you. This was not for cameras. And Chelsea's like, it doesn't matter what I do. The camera is going to catch my face regardless. And I was like, Chelsea, yes, so true. Because I was having a conversation with Ify about this. I was like, okay, so you think that Chelsea is like, you know what? I want to create drama for myself. I want more airtime. She doesn't dig into her divorce because I know the producers pressed her for that shit and she was like, nope. She doesn't dig into Bre, which she can at any time, at any day. There are 100 things that Chelsea, in fact, Chelsea doesn't even need to dig at anything. The lady, she is honestly she is maybe the only person that actually has a personality on that show. Every other person fucking airhead. I like Emma. She's cute. But whatever. Anyways, Chelsea's like, respectfully and disrespectfully, I don't need you. Like, ma'am. Chelsea, this were the words you should have told her. You have no presence, you have no charisma, you have no personality. You bring nothing. You add no spice. You remove spice. If you were a spice and they put you in food, you will take out spice from the food. You unsalt things. You don't add anything to anything. Not on the show, not in the real world. Ma'am, Chelsea did not need you for anything. Chelsea, those were the words you should have told her. In fact, honestly, text her, you unspice things. That should be that. If I had enough social media energy, I would try to make that go viral. That you unspice things. That is how freaking boring you are. Nobody cares about you, like nobody. If you for some reason you left the show, we didn't see you in any scenes, and there was no explanation, nobody's gonna be like, "Where is Mary? Where is Mary?" Nobody's gonna ask. The audience will not ask. The cast members will not ask. Jason will not ask. Brett will not ask. The producers will not ask. You know why? Because they forgot. They won't remember to ask. Nobody will remember to ask. Nobody will remember to ask. Nobody. Like, absolutely nobody. And the fact that more people are not calling out your vile, demonic behavior is crazy to me. There should be a campaign against Mary. Why? Because she took things a bit further, because she was like, yeah, I'm okay. So what happens when Chelsea calls her out and Chelsea's like, I don't need you, ma'am. I don't need you. Like, no, I don't need you. Like, get the fuck out. You think I am up at night thinking, oh my goodness, how do I create drama with me and Mary after all the things I've gone through this past year? I do not need you. Get the fuck out of my face. What does Mary do in true Mary fashion? She stands up, she stomps away because she doesn't like confrontation. She doesn't like confrontation. She doesn't like confrontation. So she stands up and she stomps away. And Jason, because Mary is his precious, precious baby, starts to advocate for the cameras to be caught. And Chelsea's like, no. When this woman was reading me to feel, everything was like, no, cameras, let's make sure we catch this. And I'm like, oh, ma'am, no. And I love the way Chelsea, when Chriselle and Emma were trying to jump in, she was like, "No, no, see, I got this one. This is a small fish to fry. I got this one." It was psychotic. Now, moving on from that, she not only does that. Bre has this Galentine's party that she has. Mary comes in on the table. Mary sees Chelsea's name on the table. Mary starts to shed tears. Mary starts to heave. Snot, tears, saliva almost flooded the whole place. Mary almost flooded the whole place. Mary, why are you crying? She says she saw Chelsea's name and she got triggered. That if Chelsea is going to be there, she cannot be there because she feels unsafe. And I saw a recent interview that she repeated that. Mary, at this point, because And I'm so happy that this is all on TV. So nobody can be like, oh, well, it didn't happen like that. Nobody can bend and twist it. At this point, I don't give a fuck if the producers came to you and they were like, you know what, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to say. You would have told them respectfully, this is giving microaggression. I'm not going to say that. I am not going to say that. That Chelsea makes you feel unsafe. Are you okay? Chelsea is literally amongst all of them except Emma. Chelsea's like and Alana. Chelsea's the chillest person on that show. Like I know. Like if you give it to her, she will give it to you. But you feel unsafe around Chelsea. She's like, what's she going to do to you? And you know the danger of saying that about a black woman specifically. There have been people on that have gone through that show that have promised to do all kinds of things to you, that have thrown all kinds of venom your way. You never said the first one safe around those women. And that's when people are calling you a racist. I'm not calling you that. That's what everybody's calling you. Your Instagram comments and all. That's when they are like, this is giving, like this, like your inner racism is jumping out, Mary. Tuck it back in. That's why nobody can defend it. She makes you feel unsafe because she sends you flowers instead of texting you. That is the capital offense. And now Chelsea must be hung at the market square naked. Mary keeps Mary keeps going on, and now we see her towards the end of the show saying that she cannot be on the show or in the brokerage if Chelsea is there because she doesn't feel safe. Like basically, one of us has to go, knowing fully well that she's Jason's favorite. So you want this girl to lose her job because she sent you flowers instead of texting you. Then I'm like, okay, she's doing this for the show. After the show aired and everything, she was on US Weekly lately, and they asked her about that. They were like, well, the reaction, the whole crying about seeing her name tag was a bit over the top. And her rebuttal to that was there were things that happened after the dinner party that she doesn't want to mention that made her feel very unsafe to be around Chelsea. She used the word unsafe. I hope Chelsea sues your ass. She finds the ground to sue your to sue your fucking saggy, ugly ass. Your demonic ass. I hope she sues your ass. Because it's disgusting. It is disgusting. And the same Mary that her whole shtick has been, I'm a single mother, I'm a struggling single mother, I'm a struggling single mother. When Chelsea says it, she's like, well, she's not buying that Chelsea's a struggling single mother because, she has spousal support from her husband. Is that why you hate her so much? Because somebody married her? Like, is that why you hate her? Is that why you hate her? That somebody married her and you couldn't find anybody to marry you and had to marry a child? Like, is that why you hate her? Like, what is your problem with Chelsea? Because I don't want to believe that it is what people are saying that you're. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. Genuinely, what is your problem with that lady? Anyways, that's the whole thing. There seems to be a lot of drama at the reunion. I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, Mary, I mean, of course, you will not see this because we have 24 subscribers, but please stick to the lane of I don't have time for drama. I am going to be a top agent that just sells houses. Like, honestly, I thought that worked for you because nobody's doing justice to that lane and nobody's towing that lane. But this whole lane of you want to be demonic, you don't have the personality to carry it. You don't. Not especially not against Chelsea. No, Chelsea's fingers have more personality than you, man. I'm sorry. Her fingers have more personality than you. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to talk too much because I don't
Okay.
want to talk too much.
Mm, mm. Okay. I think we'll have to
I
change the
swear she
title of
made me
this.
so angry this season. It was so annoying. It was so
We
annoying.
have to
It was
change the
so
title
annoying.
of
You could
the
see that.
of the channel.
You could
We have to
see
change the
that.
title
You
of the
could see
channel
that she
to
was intentionally being demonic, and that it was disgusting. It was honestly extremely disgusting. if you stay this long, thank you for staying this long, and thank you for listening to my long Mary rant. Oh my goodness. But if you're a Mary fan and you genuinely are on Mary's side, I genuinely want to know what your points are in the comment. This is not like me trying to go on the test attack. No, like no. I genuinely want to know what your defense for Mary is. Like I want to know that. So please leave them in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, do other things.